East, house from the east, house of light. May wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night. May wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation. May wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun. May right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Yum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Yum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Yum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature.
And we give thanks for that beautiful prayer from the synchronistic human family. But Lisa is the creator of that video, and she's a sister who is part of my synchronistic human family, and Jose Arguelles, who brought us the knowledge and the lessons of the 13 moon calendar and the 28-day calendars, which is where we're all headed. It's time to give up the Gregorian calendar, but it's a slow process. Thank you for joining me this evening. I was so moved by Dr. Oz visiting a city in Philadelphia where drug addicts are dying and shooting up every day. And so I'm going to share that video with you because our topic tonight is that fentanyl has become so popular, and this is not new. It's just gotten more popular for some reason. And we're going to look into where's this stuff coming from, why is it here, and why are so many people, taking it to relieve their pain, basically. So welcome to the village, and here's a little video presentation I created to give you a look at what I've been doing over the last 20 years. And that is my brother Imak, who is on YouTube. He created that music for us, and I'm so grateful to him as well, because I was looking for some creative music that I wouldn't be getting emails about. You shouldn't be playing that. So thank you, Imak. give you credit for that. And you can find him on YouTube as well. But tonight, we want to dive into the question, why is fentanyl becoming so popular? You know, the Met Gala is the contrast of life in the United States, even the world. I don't know where this Met Gala is taking place. It just seems so ridiculous to me. Entertaining, to say the least, the gowns that these people are wearing. And then just the contrast of Dr. Oz, who's part of the Make America Healthy Again department of our government, goes to visit the worst community in our country that's addicted to this fentanyl and other drugs. I was almost moved to tears because of the compassion he showed. I mean, hugging strangers, touching strangers. And this man is probably a millionaire, billionaire. I don't know. He had his own, Dr. Oz, if you remember, had his own show for a while on holistic medicine, healthy attitudes. So I want to introduce him in a minute, but first, where does fentanyl come from? That was my question as I thought about this topic for the show tonight. And it reminded me of why I do the show on Wednesday night. This collection of stories to nourish your body, mind, and finances was created by 9 authors, and I'm one of them, to bring a solution to the movie Straw by Tyler Perry. If you didn't see that movie, don't waste your time. I wouldn't wait. It was so depressing. But out of watching it, and I was really pushed to watch it so I would know what it was about. A woman who's got just all the worst things happen to her, losing her child, losing her job, losing her car, being evicted from her home, and then going to jail at the end of the movie. It couldn't have been a better example of pessimism and what can happen in our society for any one person. So out of that, I said, we got to come up with some solutions. We got to come up with a better plan here. So that's where Vegetable Soup for Women came, is 9 of us got together and said, well, let's contribute our own stories that might help women and men and couples be nourished and not offended, not hurt, not hated, but in their mind, their body, and their money. So this is a great book, a collection of stories, and you can get this. It's 70 pages, I believe. You can get this by sending a Cash App for any amount. Whatever amount you send, I'll send you the PDF for the book, so that whatever you're going through, there is hope in this book. There is inspiration in the book. One of the stories is written by a female military veteran who had sexual assault and her experience of like 10 years in the military and homelessness for like 10 years. But she is now the mayor of a town in Seattle, in Washington State. So her story alone is so inspiring. That you will really be fed if you get this book. So send me a Cash App for any amount and I'll send you the book. I'm not trying to sell the book as much as I want to get it into the hands of people who need some nourishment, some inspiration, some love. It's a book of love. When you think about soup, a good bowl of soup will certainly feel loving, right? I mean, especially if you're out there on the street and somebody offers you a good hot bowl of soup in the winter, or even a cold bowl of soup in the summer, you feel loved, don't you? And that's what's missing a lot in our society. So where does fentanyl come? Let's start there. Where does fentanyl come from? You may not be surprised at the route and the plan, the process to bring this into our country. But just let's look into that. We want to be fully aware and informed when we suggest solutions tonight, because I don't believe anymore that there's so-called problems. They're just opportunities for us to come up with a solution. And you know why we can do it? Because we have great minds. Once we make up our mind that we're pretty awesome, This is a biological computer, the most advanced computer on the planet. Once we really feed our mind and feed our gut, because there's a connection between this and the gut down there, once we really become aware and conscious, we can do anything. So let's first of all be reminded of where is this fentanyl coming from, and why we should be aware of it first of all. But here's a little video on where does fentanyl come from.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that's usually manufactured in laboratories. It was first made in the 1960s by a Belgian pharmaceutical company called Janssen Pharmaceuticals. Initially, fentanyl was developed for medical purposes and used as an anesthetic and a painkiller. But now, the illicit fentanyl available on the black market is usually produced in pharmaceutical labs in China and India or underground drug labs in Mexico or Canada. The fentanyl produced in drug labs in Mexico or Canada often use precursor chemicals from China or India. This illicit fentanyl is then distributed in the US, whether it's coming across the borders from Mexico or Canada, or it's being shipped from China and India direct. It can be sold as a standalone product, or it's mixed with other substances like heroin, cocaine, or methamphetamine. But all of this is dynamic and constantly shifting, right? Fentanyl production and precursor chemical sourcing could be expanding to other countries, since fentanyl doesn't require specific geographies and climates like for growing opium or cocaine. Mexican criminal organizations could end up taking bigger roles in producing the fentanyl. And China or India could be making it harder for its own pharmaceutical labs to produce fentanyl and its precursors. So when we ask, where does fentanyl come from? The quick answer is, it comes from a lab somewhere. But the more complete answer is that it's probably going to change with the complexities of a constantly changing geopolitical landscape.
Okay, so let's be clear. The pharmaceutical mafia is supplying this stuff, okay? And somehow it's getting to the streets, it's getting in hospital operating rooms, it's getting everywhere. You know what I think personally, this is my opinion, Big Pharma is losing money, especially on the you know what. And they're just creating and pushing whatever's going to make money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby, right? So let's be clear about that, because when we talk about solutions, we need to be aware of what we're dealing with, the mafia. Yeah, the mafia. Okay, so that's number one. I hope you got from that little video about where is it coming from, why is it here, the mafia. It's rooted in that, because the Zionist mafia is everywhere, between the nonstop wars, the military industrial complex. We got a big organization of gangsters and mafias that's been going on a long time. But as I said, this brain here, it's powerful, very powerful when we plug into the source of our wisdom, the source of our power. We have let go of our power. We have let a patriarchal, mafia-like Zionist system overtake everything. And now the divine feminine is arising in all of us. And I mean men too. If you're with me, you got to know you're rising. Because Mother Earth is rising. And if you don't rise with her, guess what? You might be on fentanyl too, because you're going to be in pain and suffering and confusion and wondering, well, what's going on? That's why I'm here, is to help guide us into the consciousness that we were meant to be in. So let me play one more video. Why are so many Americans dying from synthetic fentanyl? That's the question. And then I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Oz's visit to one of the worst drug addicted cities in our country. But why are so many Americans falling off on this stuff?
Fentanyl is a highly potent opioid. It's at least 50 times more potent than heroin. People are being exposed to fentanyl without knowing it. And because it's so highly potent, people are dying at unprecedented rates. What's happened in the United States is fentanyl has entered into all these different parts of our drug supply, including the heroin supply. Cocaine, for example, have increasingly been tainted with fentanyl. Pills that are sold on the street that might look like regular prescription pills are very often fake counterfeit pills that have been made with fentanyl in them. Someone experiencing an overdose will have this decrease in breathing, might lose consciousness, might start to turn blue or pale, and within a few minutes can die. Narcan is sprayed up the nose, which is very easy for people to administer. It's safe, it's effective. There's virtually no downside to doing so. It's a critical tool that I encourage everybody to carry with them, to have in their homes so that they can act quickly if they need to. From 2019 to 2021, overdose deaths among 10 to 19-year-olds in the United States more than double. In pediatrics, we're not used to our young, healthy patients suddenly dying from things like overdoses, but it's increasingly become a reality for so many of us who practice right now. I have had patients die. I've had patients whose family members have died. And all of these people are children, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, family members, and they're all loved. And these deaths are often unexpected and tragic.
So it affects all of us. It affects all of us, what's going on in this society. And if you're caught up in things like the Met Gala, you're not on the front lines to overcome this epidemic. So I understand. Go watch Met Gala craziness. It's just really all that money being spent on a gown or a suit or whatever to wear for one evening. That is just insane to me, but definitely entertaining if that's what you need, a little distraction. And it's not just a little. We have so many distractions right now in our society, from focusing on changing the paradigm that we've been in that's killing people with drugs from the mafia, that we got plenty of distractions. So I just do whatever brings you peace, because when you watch this scene from Dr. Oz, you'll figure out why you'll figure out, especially at the end, why people are overdosing on this stuff. Really, it's a clear reason in my mind why people are doing it and why they're overdosing. So let's watch this. That was very moving to me, to see Dr. Oz in this neighborhood where people are a bunch of addicts and zombies, really. So I admire him, and I especially admire Robert F. Kennedy for what he's trying to do to make America healthy again. I'm on that mindset. Yeah, let's make America healthy. But some people don't want to be healthy, so we have to back off sometimes. But Art of the Heal is with Dr. Oz in Kensington, Philadelphia. Supposedly one of the worst opiate crises is in here. So let's take a peek at his visit there and what he discovered. And I just admire his compassion for even doing this.
Just open air drug market in the country today, Kensington, Philadelphia.
Their car is parked directly across from the Rock. It's the dark SUV. Just make sure you got a car sit on that so we get back. So we're in the back end of the Kensington corridor. This is where 95% of our narcotics take place. You can see all the drug corners that are up. These corners are owned by 4 different organizations at each of the intersection. Multi-million-dollar organizations run these back corners, okay? It's been going on for over 3 decades. That's why it's so hard to try to conquer this area.
You must be pretty busy these days.
Yeah, we are.
You okay? Hi. How are you? Hey, if you got this thing all messed up there, here you go. Thank you. All right, now.
Some of these drugs we're taking now, Doc, it's fentanyl combined with heroin and tranq And when you get that concoction, you can go berserk.
Is that what you're taking? So what drugs are you on now? Fentanyl, tranq. And how does it make you feel when you take fentanyl? It's pretty life-threatening.
It's hard. I want to stop, but I did want to go when my friend died in detox.
They died in detox. Yeah. But look, I'm looking at your hands here. These are injection sites, right?
Old injustice.
Yeah, but these are ulcers, and these things you're doing the same thing on the inside.
Gracias. Thank you.
But I think it's pretty important because you may have lost a friend in rehab, but I'm sure you lost a lot more in the streets here in Kansas. In your arms. How many friends have you lost in your arms?
Uncountable.
So why are you worried about the one person in rehab?
Because it's shocking to me because I feel the real rehab is shouldn't have died. It should be more resources inside.
Yeah, but there's more resources inside. Buddy's got more solutions at the box.
We can get you help like right now. We've been there 20 years now, but we know overdose. Would you like that? We can take you right now.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hug. You got to do this for yourself. You snuck it. The buddy can take it to the water, but you got to drink it. How you been?
Hey, my friend. Been a while.
This guy I trust. Yeah, this guy I trust. Yeah,
He has a good desk over there. Anytime. Waiting.
He'll take care of you. Clean this shit up. That's what they want.
Crazy down here, motherfuckers like shooting up. They put needles in their neck. I don't get how, but it's crazy down here.
So why are they all doing that? What do you think? What's motivating them?
It's all these drugs around here. You gotta do something about the drugs. They just don't come to the United States by themselves. So it gotta be something happening. They just don't. You can't get heroin or fentanyl in the United States without it coming from somewhere far. And people really getting fucked up with it. I see so many people OD off their shit, bro.
Now, this brother is in the blame game here because he asked him, well, why? And he's saying, well, we got to do something about the drugs. But he doesn't seem to get the fact that, no, you are responsible. The drugs are going to be there because this is big pharma mafia. So you're not going to eliminate the source so easily as much as changing. But that's typical here where he's blaming, we got to do something about the drugs. But what about you? That's what we have to come to, that understanding. Let's say understanding. It's you who has to make the change. The drugs are going to always be there. It's a demand and supply issue.
I hit hey, like seriously.
What would you do?
Huh?
What would you do?
I like the motherfuckers that they're selling it. I would try to find a source, and
See, he keeps going back to blaming the mafia. Basically, that's the root of it. And the Dr. Oz is trying to get him to say, take some responsibility, because that's what Dr. Oz's show was all about when he had a health show. Not blame it. Well, I get to the source. I want to find the source. No, it's you. It's you who has to make the change.
shut it the fuck down.
How hard is it to find the source, the guys who are selling this stuff?
We're making drug interdictions every day, constantly down here doing interdictions. But the challenge is just the supply and demand. We know that. It's basic math. As long as there's demand, there's a supply. We're going to be fighting this for quite some time.
I'm paralyzed this entire drug use. Yes. But how long have you been on drugs for? Enough of that. Like 8 years. All right. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Take care.
His arm's paralyzed. What? From drugs. When was the last time you did drugs?
About 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Now, did you hear that? That guy who wants to find the source is, we gotta get rid of the drugs. Dr. Oz detected or discerned his arm is paralyzed from using drugs. And yet he still doesn't want to take responsibility for ending his addiction. And that's the reality that I think we all are facing, and maybe in your family members or in your community. The reality is people don't want to take responsibility.
What'd you take?
Huh?
What did you take?
No.
You know this guy?
With the Rock Ministries. All right. My name is Buddy. We're there for you, brother.
How are you guys?
God bless you.
You okay? God bless you.
Man.
Take
Thank
care.
you, man.
You doing okay?
I'm trying to be.
How's that? How you trying?
Well,
Well, currently on my focusing on, just got my wife clean, and now I'm about to go to rehab.
You are?
Yeah, I'm trying to get up my toiletries and everything.
How'd you get your wife clean?
It's like begged her to go away, I guess. You know, we've been out here 5 years getting high and everything. She just got clean, 3 months clean.
And what is she saying about you still being on drugs?
I have to get your ass to rehab if you want this marriage to work.
Do you want the marriage to work?
Absolutely.
We can help you. We can help you right now.
I know, but you think that's too important, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know where Rock is, right? From there,
Yeah.
right down.
What are the few things you got to do?
I'm trying to get a haircut. I'm trying to get my toiletry up, and I'm trying to wash my clothes.
None of those seem that important compared to
They're not important. I know it, but I'm going to do it now.
when.
I was planning on going away to Monday.
Well, this guy's got one of the best setups I know of. I think that walk
This is so interesting to me that Dr. Oz, with his silver hair flying in the wind, represents wisdom. And he's talking to people who really don't want to hear wisdom. They just want another hit, basically. But I love this scene where Dr. Oz comes in representing wisdom. Obviously, he's older. And this brother wants to make excuses. I got to get a haircut.
way down the block is more important than getting your hair cut.
I'm going to take it. I am.
Yep. All right.
I appreciate it.
What's your name?
For your service. I'm Dennis Woods. And let your wife down, Dennis.
It's pretty tough to do this. Wow. They're injecting. It's hard.
See, listen, they can get help though.
Yeah.
They can get help. There's no doubt about it. They can get help. We have the resources to get every one of them away.
They just don't take it.
They don't take it.
So this is not a law enforcement issue, at a certain point. It's a mental health issue, right? These guys aren't here because they're recalcitrant criminals. They're here because they're destroying their lives. They're trying to commit suicide.
It's working now to try to come over and ask some D1 treatment. They say no.
It's not even about housing because I don't think folks will stay. I've had tons of interactions with folks down here. So it's sort of the same thing. I know I got to do it. I've lost a lot of friends. One woman said that she lost a friend in rehab, so she doesn't want to go to rehab because she lost someone she loved. But then when you ask her, has she lost people here who aren't in rehab? Tons in her arms, people she loves. So obviously there's a lot more risk to being out here than being in rehab, but that didn't connect for her.
So that's where organizations like The Rock and people who are present every day, not folks that just pop in one day and are on the next, but are here every day. And the more they can interact, that the trust that you build. And it's all centered around trust. Like, why would I trust you with my life? If I take this drug, I know what I'm going to get. If I trust in you, I'm not sure what will come of that. And so we have to continue to extend our arms to them and let them know that we are trustworthy. And then not just with our talk, but with our actions and the resources that follow. So it can't be a quick fix.
That lady I was just talking to, she doesn't want help, she says. There's nothing to
That's
work.
the majority of the people down here. They know the help is out here. They have talked to any officer, and we'll get them to help that, print that in there. They don't want it. And
So-
they'll be very honest to tell you that.
Yeah, well, she did. I've heard that from numerous people. Rock hears it all the time. They got help right around the corner at the ministry.
Absolutely.
What's the major thing you're treating out here?
Chest pain, overdose.
Overdose?
Yeah, chest pain right now.
And what do you do for overdoses?
Narcan.
It works pretty well. And what do they say when they almost died and you say them with Narcan?
Oh, why did you wake me up?
Really? Why did you wake me up?
Some of them.
So they knew they were overdosing.
Some of them. Not all.
All right. Big guess.
Yeah, go on. Stay easy, Chad.
Now, obviously, some of these folks don't want to get better. How do you help the neighborhood with some of the people in it don't want to get better? They don't really want to be part of what you guys are trying to do.
Just got to keep on pushing through it. We can't rest.
When you walk into this zombie land, because folks are literally walking around with no real grounding in their lives, you can see the light has gone out of those beautiful eyes. You're scarred by the reality that they've given up hope on themselves. I saw it in people acknowledging that their family was leaving them, but it wasn't enough pain for them to stop doing drugs. An ambulance driver told me that when he saved people's lives by putting Narcan up their nose as an antidote to the overdose of narcotics they'd taken, the first thing they would say when they woke up was that they were angry at him for saving their life because they had wanted to die. And I saw it in the loving embrace of Buddy, who's the pastor at The Rock. this wonderful human being who just hugs you no matter where you are in your life. He accepts you as you are, supports you, nourishes you, elevates you, and gives you chance after chance after chance, which is just what's required when you've got deep mental health issues along with substance use. When they're married, that's a dangerous combination. But he goes in the ring and he fights for them at every level. He wants to make sure that they know he's there for them, but he wants them to step up into the ring and start fighting for themselves as well. That's what the Maha movement's about. Ask the questions, challenge wisdom, do what's required, fight for the things you care about the most, including the health of the American people, that your health of your family. That's how we're going to win this battle.
This week.
So I hope that's been informative for you, educational for you to really understand what the problem is, which a perceived problem. Because my experience, my personal experience with suicide especially, was my significant other for 5 years, a man who I met at a religious event, and then we went to Cuba together. And I like to think I made a difference in his life, but at the end of his life, and his resistance to change and do things to improve his health became obvious to me that he did not want to be here. He was in too much emotional pain. And I think that's what we're dealing with a lot of our friends, neighbors in a community, is people are in emotional pain. It's a mental health issue. They're an emotional pain. And that woman walking with Dr. Oz really made a statement about being present. If we can all be more present, whether it's at the grocery store, walking around in your neighborhood, people need us to be present. And I think that's the solution. My significant other, this is kind of funny, but his daughter was there with him all the time. And he woke up in the midst of his morphine dosing. And he said, why am I still here? Just like the guy mentioned who gives people Narcan. And they wake up and say, I didn't want you to wake me up. Why'd you wake me up? I didn't want to be back here. Because the other side is just peace and joy, love, love, love. You imagine people are taking fentanyl are in pain. They're in emotional pain. And whether you're in a hospital setting, getting anesthesias for your operation, or whether you're on the street, people are taking fentanyl because they're in pain. And it might be physical, but mostly I think it's emotional, just as my significant other was in a lot of deep emotional pain for situations in his life that he had never really come to grips with, never accepted. And so there was a conflict within the subconscious and the heart that I'm not good enough, really. That's what it comes down to, is when we do tapping, EFT, one of the major statements we talk about in the healing of letting go of fear, letting go of pain, letting go, is getting to a point of saying, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. Because many of us grow up in families and situations where we feel I'm not good enough. I need this, I need that, I need that. People need material things to feel better. They're feeling the void in here. And when those things get taken away, oh my goodness, there's a huge void because they've been filling the void with material things or food. Okay. And so when people become poor and the only thing they can get is fentanyl, hey, bring it on, bring it on. It's going to ease my emotional pain and the emptiness. There's such an emptiness in there for people who need fentanyl or any other opiate. And I'm suggesting that let's look at this fentanyl epidemic as a perceived problem, but it's really an opportunity for us who are conscious, those of you who are here tonight with me or later in watching this. It's an opportunity for us to be more present with everyone you meet, because if you meet people on the street, they might be in the deepest pain and they might be smiling. I had people, my sister-in-law, she was always laughing. She was very overweight. And she died a couple of years ago from all kinds of complications, from lung problems, everything. But she was always laughing and smiling. But I know there was so much pain in her from maybe abuse by her father. So you just never know. But the solution today, I'm suggesting, is to be more present with people and not ignore people in your life who need some company, who need some attention, who need holding hands. And when you're on the phone talking to a friend, listen, be a better listener. And that's how we're going to solve this so-called problem that people are suicidal, basically. That video we did with Dr. Oz, I think really demonstrates that people are somewhat suicidal in they don't know how to get out of the pain they're in. So they'd rather take a drug that might take their life, which, some of the people, there's such a euphoric experience when you're on any type of drug. Listen, I smoked crack cocaine once in my life. I'm not ashamed to admit that at all. And that's a feeling that could really get you hooked. I'm telling you, I did some crazy things when I was smoking crack, and people are like, oh, I can't believe you smoked crack. Yes, I smoked crack. I admit it. I'm not ashamed. I was in college. I think I was in college. I don't know where I was at the time, but boy, that takes you to another place. Planet takes you to another planet, another whatever. I'm glad I had that experience, because that's scary. I don't want to ever be that high again. I'm high all the time now. I don't need any drugs. I'm really weaning off of sugar even. I don't even need a lot of sugar because I've been just doing a lot of work on me. I'm flying, first loving myself, and flying, making this my priority right here. This is my priority. I've birthed 2 adult males. They're now doing well. They have jobs. They have their life. I'm learning to observe without judgment. Even my ex-husband and I, we sat at a concert for our younger son. We were the 2 of us, and we filmed the whole thing. We had a little chat. So I'm in good relationships with my former spouse. Mama Az says, don't call him your ex-husband. My former spouse. He'll probably always be my spouse. Because here's the reality. The father of my 2 sons and I entered into a spiritual partnership. That's how we brought forth 2 boys, 2 male children. And so there are people out there who are missing that partnership because there's no love. There's no love from people in their lives. Either or if they're they went to Vietnam. Oh my goodness. Vietnam veterans in general are committing suicide at a rate of like 20 a day. Last time I checked, it was 20 a day. I can't even imagine 20 a day. People are going or whatever, taking drugs or to get out of this mess we're in. I don't blame people at all when they want to commit suicide. And this is a rough journey here on planet Earth. It's a boot camp, as Mama Az always says, it's a boot camp. So let us who are conscious, who are not addicted, and a lot of us are addicted to food. I want to suggest that you wean off your food addiction so that you can evolve into a more conscious being that can help our brothers and sisters who are on fentanyl and other opiates. That's the solution. Is we cannot be looking for the government to solve this problem. I am so grateful that Dr. Oz is out there on the street. He's a man on the street, hugging addicts and talking to them with wisdom, his silver hair flying in the wind. It's just a beautiful picture of Make America Healthy Again, what he and RFK Jr. are trying to do. And I applaud them for at least trying. But we can't depend on the government to solve this problem. As they said, the supply chain is big and as long as there's a demand, I'm lonely, I'm in pain, I need help, there's going to be a supply. That's how it works in the drug world. So I'm suggesting all of us who are here tonight and those who watch my show and those who are conscious that we begin to be more present in every situation that we find ourselves in, because you just never know how hurt people are in your life. They may not be telling you about it, but in every situation you find yourself in, be present. Get off your fucking phone. Excuse my language, but that's the problem everywhere I go. People are walking down the street with that lover, as the Buddha said, gotta have my lover, gotta even have my lover. People are so distracted with this machine, this phone. Where is that phone? Here it is. Too distracted with this. So let us, if you want to see the high rate of deaths from fentanyl change and go away, you need to be more present, more loving, show more loving compassion. Start your day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. People who are not doing it, I'm seeing the chaos in their life, the conflicts in their life, and the drama and stress. They are not able to overcome the stresses in their life very well because they don't start the day writing down. There's an energetic connection, brain to the hand to pen. Today is going to be my peaceful day. I can't stress that enough because it's working so great in my life to do that every morning. I have a pad and a pen by my bed. When I wake up, I say my Vinu Avinu Shabbat Shemayim. That's the Father's prayer. I grab that pen sometimes before I go to the bathroom, I grab that pen and paper. Today is going to be my peaceful day. And then I look at it and I think I say it in my head. Today's going to be, and then I say it out loud. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Hallelujah. I do a little praise and worship. Today's going to be my peaceful day. And I make sure it's in my thoughts and my brain so that nothing that happens is going to disturb that, because that's how we heal this world and heal the fentanyl and all those. Individually, collectively, we begin to be present with ourselves first, affirming it's going to be I'm not going to react anymore to whatever drama shows up. I got people in my life got all kind of drama going on in their life, and they're reacting from it. I don't know. It's not easy. Well, yeah. If you're not doing today's going to be my peaceful day and really seriously committing to that, not reacting anymore to the craziness going on around us, it's going to happen collectively. And I think it's happening more and more. Michael's movie. Woo, buddy. I wish I could show. In some theater, after the theater, they were playing Michael's music. Nobody left. They all dancing and hugging each other. So there is a rebirth going on with Michael Jackson. I am so thrilled. I lived for a whole hour. This brother put together a collection on YouTube. He put together a collection of Michael's music. And I was in the kitchen dancing for a whole hour. Because here's the reality about what this influence is for even the addicts on opiate and all that. The music will heal. The music will heal people. I envision if someone could drive through that neighborhood that Dr. Oz was in with a huge speaker on top playing Michael Jackson's music, you could see transformation, because that's how powerful that soul Michael Jackson's music is. It will penetrate to the very deep parts of people. If somebody could just drive around, I'm going to send Dr. Oz, maybe send him an email, drive around the neighborhood playing Michael Jackson's music all day. There will be a change, because that's what he came to do. Remember the song, Heal the World, Make It a Better Place? That was his whole purpose, to be here as a soul, to come here and heal the world. And now it's a rebirth. I love it. A new generation is listening to Michael Jackson's song, and they are thrilled as hell to be listening. It's like Thriller again all over. A new generation is all excited about this man, Michael Jackson. And I am so happy, because it's like a finger to all the haters out there who accused him of something we know. We Michael Jackson fans know he didn't do a damn thing with those children. In fact, he was rescuing those children from Epstein's Island mess. He was rescuing them. And so we know, we come full circle. The people, the suppliers of this fentanyl and all these opiates, they're part of the mafia, Zionist mafia, and that's who's supplying the fentanyl, and that's who took Michael Jackson out. The haters of his love energy, of his powerful effect that he was having on this world. Michael Jackson was a global influencer. healing the world with his love, his music, and his energy, his soul. And they hated that. The mafia and the Antichrist energies hated that. That's why he was tired. That I heard a soul reading on Michael Jackson, and she said that he was tired at the end of his life, and he had done all that he could do, and now rebirth. Here we go. We're learning more about him, his family, his life, and all that. And his energy is so powerful and strong right now. So here's the solution: is play more Michael Jackson around the neighborhood. People, go through your neighborhood where people are suffering and pain, whatever, and just put on some Michael Jackson really loud. It's gonna heal them, because there's a very important energy going on with this movie and the energy that Michael left us. That's why it's so popular. It might reach 1 billion. That's what they're saying, because it hasn't even been released in South Korea and Japan. And Michael was huge in Japan. He is huge in Japan. So this may be the highest grossing, what they call biop ever, because his soul is alive and strong right now, and new generations are catching on and plugging into his powerful energy of love, healing the world. This is it. That was his last video. This is it. I saw that twice now. And if you were to watch This Is It, it's on YouTube, I think. Watch This Is It. That was the last video Michael Jackson made. And the night before he passed, he was just as energized and dancing and doing his thing. And then boom, the den of vipers, he went back into it. He had to end his life. So we're just grateful for him being reborn. So I want to suggest you use his music to heal people and families. Share his music with family and friends. So I know a lot of people are busy tonight, so I don't see any comments. And I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, if you want to get a copy of Vegetable Soup for Women, a beautiful, beautiful compilation of inspiring stories, I will send it to your email. If you send a Cash App donation for any amount, and there's my Cash App. If this has been helpful for you, feel free to donate to my Cash App. And if you're interested in my books, From Fear to Faith and the Master Design is also available for $8. If you send a Cash App, I'll send that to you. It's a compilation of people I met who showed how to prevent cancer, because they didn't, many of them couldn't prevent it, but they sure told me how they got it. And I share a lot about my own journey with my sister. And the biggest lesson I ever learned was from her and emotional intelligence. So it's all in From Fear to Faith and the Master Design, $8 to Cash App. And go to my website, yourholisticlifecoach.com. Okay. So that's it for tonight. We're kind of early, but that's okay. I got everything covered that I wanted to cover. So the question I would ask, are you a receiver or a broadcaster? I heard that question asked. And receiving versus broadcasting your truth is what we want to be doing these days with all this chaos, and realizing we cannot solve the problem of opiate addiction or whatever problem is before us. We cannot solve that problem on the same level of consciousness that created the problem. And what created this fentanyl epidemic is not being present with people in your life. These veterans came back from war and nobody was really present enough to say, how can I help you? What can we do together to overcome your war experience, basically? And my significant other kept that military training in him to kill. That's what they teach, military boot camp is all about learning how to kill. And they go to war and there's that post-traumatic stress disorder, because you come back to a society and you just want to kill people with your words, basically, because a lot of veterans are angry and they kill people with their anger and their words. And I learned that lesson from two men in my life. Two major significant others were Vietnam veterans. And I'm just grateful that I learned that lesson, and I'm by myself now. So happy. It's a beautiful experience I'm having, just me and every occasional grandchildren to challenge me. And I'm overcoming that issue because I'm the fifth wheel, as I've shared many times. They have four parents that they have to deal with, and I'm kind of like Dr. Oz coming in with the silver hair. All my hair is not silver yet, but I come in with my wisdom, and they don't want to hear that. They just want to be comforted by their food and their entertainment. So I'm accepting that. I'm so proud of myself. I'm learning to accept people's choices to kill themselves, basically, slowly, if that's what they want to do. And then I just want to be present. We want to be present whenever we can. Don't be distracted by your phone. Just be present and love on people. Give people a hug. So let's just breathe out, blow out any negativity, fear, worry, doubt, blow it out. And breathe in love, peace, joy. Love, peace. I am love. I am peaceful. I am joyful. And let me see if I can get the heart. I love playing the heart Torah piano music for us. Let's just do a little heart Torah meditation. It's only about 3 minutes. And let's just get into that and do some breath work, because your breath work is what's going to keep you well. If you have a challenging physical problem, what's going to keep you well is breath work, rhythmic breath work. So let's do a little 3-minute meditation to the Heart Taurus video. You can watch this if you want. You don't have to close your eyes, but just practice breathing to the rhythm of your heart. And this Heart Taurus is like your homeostasis, perfect heart energy, and your aura around you from this Heart Taurus. So let's prepare, get comfortable, sit up straight if you can, and just take your eyes and put them on this beautiful visual of the energy of your breathe in and out. Breathe in. So that's what we practice every day to raise our vibration and prepare that from Mother Earth's vibration is raising. We want to rise with it because we're going up to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimensions, other dimensions. We got to rise with Mother Earth. Come on now. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to do it together. We're here for you. I'm here for you every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, health and well-being with Viata. We're going to talk about Friday lupus because I didn't know this is Lupus Awareness Month, May. Guess who had lupus? Michael Jackson. So we're going to continue to honor the GOAT of all time and learn more about lupus, how to prevent it mostly. I'm all into prevention because when I learn about anything, it's, oh, how do I prevent that? Because that's not happening here. So we're going to know more about lupus on Friday. So join me in how to prevent it and how you can help others who have it overcome. Because there's a spiritual, as if you don't know, there's a strong spiritual element to lupus. And Michael taught us all about it. So grateful. Thank you for joining me tonight. And everybody have a great evening. Namaste. Sat Nam. Ashe, Ashe, O. Aho, Aho, Aho. And Shalom. Everybody have a great week. The rest of the week. Get out and be present and show love from your heart. Mwah. Thank you. Shalom.
On the bed, but bad to cool type of yow. The cooks are hopper, I can't pop or. Penenza put the cook on as an order. Who's to get a limit to order as emperor? I can keep a cataract, a theater can hand. Tashiya, wish you up a sound come one. The fear who the comedy a count that one. I kick the geek up, move you with part to sad. I knew get a horse, we can pop my good ass. I knew I went for good pop a leg. I knew I got what you I could get that. I knew could do it, I could tradition ain't yet. I knew could do it, la mother was part of that. I do free pop of that, the guy was I knew, but now it's that super do I got no horse. The cook could put it in hot, yeah. The cook could put it in hot,